All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So I took a little hiatus last weekend just because work has been super busy, and I've just had a lot of stuff going on in real life. I just was feeling super drained, wasn't feeling up to it. But since this is a long weekend, we're going to be playing some catch up, and I managed to actually get some holds from the library, and some other things are happening this weekend. So lots of good content going to be coming your way. So the plan for today is to record and review and get around to the last weekend's chapter of Akane Banashi, as well as the latest Kaiju chapter, as well as some Yona the Dawn volumes. And then tomorrow we'll get caught up with this week's chapter of Akane Banashi, as well as the new chapter of Spy Family, as well as some more Yona, as well as Lazarus, now that I finally got my hands on the latest volume. I'm really looking forward to that one, especially. Excuse me. So since it's a long weekend, I've got a little bit more time, so we're going to be carrying a lot of catch-up, a lot of content coming your way, so look forward to that. I also want to thank everyone that's been so supportive of my Spy Family videos. They have been getting immensely popular, well, comparatively. For me anyway, they've been super popular. Really do appreciate all the love and support on those. And if you do, like my Spy Family videos, I encourage you to check out the other content on my channel, because there's a lot of great series on here that I cover. So if you like that one, consider looking at some of the other videos. You might find something else that you like as well. And if you like and you find content that you like, or if there is content that you like on my channel, please consider dropping a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already, because YouTube's algorithm really loves it when you press those buttons, because then it learns and understands that, if certain videos are worth promoting. So if you want to help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let us dive into it with the latest chapter of Kaiju No.8. Oh, I look forward to this one. So we have Kaiju No.8, Chapter 80, by Noyo Matsumoto, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Brandon Bovia. Oh god, baby Kikoru is so adorable. And you see baby Kikoru with the, Hikari just kind of like patting her on the head. And she's like, I've been chasing after mommy's greatness ever since I was a little girl. Small side note, I don't know why, for some reason, it always just sounds weird to me when she says mommy. Like, I don't know why, just like, it just feels weird to me every time I have to see that and like read that, but minor thing. She's going, I'll surpass her, and it won't be someday. It'll be right here, right now. And you see her just mimicking her mother's shadow as she's rushing in with her axe. And she just swings a giant cleave right into, what was it, number 14, I want to say? I'm just going to call her Goth Kikoru. I think that's easier. Into Goth Kikoru, who's looking surprised. Oh, nice. And you see that the blow from Kikoru's axe just sends her arm flying. And you have, it hit! And Goth Kikoru's like, what? So what happened to her? And you see them exchanging a flurry of blows. You have unleash combat power, 91%, 92%, 93%. And you see scarred Baldy just reacting in surprise. He thinks back to Hikari. And he goes, she's neck and neck with Hikari's combat power. And he goes, heh, it's like Kurusu. A moment ago we said that this girl is the greatest talent we've ever had. And he just smiles as he goes, well, I'm afraid even that may have been a gross understatement. And you have them going, go! Overtake your mother, our most powerful fighter, and surpass her in strength. Yes. And you see Kikoru going, squadron style axe technique number 5, as she doubles the double axe cross and chops off Goth Kikoru's head and then bisects her at the waist as well. It's like twin swallows. And you have unleashed combat power level 94%. And Kurusu's like, she did it! And Kikoru's like, I've exposed the core. Now to get rid of it. And I think she's saying she's going to use technique number 6. And she's like, number 6. And then she's Goth Kikoru's head just smiling. So why is it smiling like that? Oh, shit. Oh. And you see her pushes, you see one of those little like brain tentacles. Like, so in her first appearance when she's doing the thing in like the crosswalk, which is like connecting with all the people, like the network web of stuff. You see one of them just like landing on Kikoru. She goes, my, how hard you try, little Kikoru. Oh shit! And you see just like this web of like neurons splaying out all over the battlefield, and you see that their heads going like attaching back to her body. And Goth Kikoru turns back into her kaiju form. She goes, "I'm connected." Oh, fuck, is she doing? Oh, she's trying to take her over. Yeah, huh? As it just goes all black. It's like, what is it? What's going on? What is this? It's like there's wild fluctuations in her mental graph. Officer Shinomiya's radio is inaccessible. Unleashed combat power dropping. Interference with number 4 neurosync detected. You have Officer Shinomiya. Come in, Officer Shinomiya. And he's like, could this be a psychogenic attack? And you see a Kakrik, and the Kikoru's like, what is going on? He's like, you're so good, little Kikoru. Oh, it's number 15, not 14. He's like, number 15, where are you? He's like, why do you try so hard? And you see some kind of like sound wave stuff is like incapacitating her. It's like, it's like, what is this? It's like, why do you want to be strong so badly? And Kikoru's like, to protect this country from kaiju like, and she's like, liar. It's like, why do you want to protect the country? It's like, to protect the lives of those that care about. It's like, liar. It's like, then tell me, why do you want to protect the lives of those you care about? It's like, that's obviously because. It's like, because. It's like, huh? It's like, why am I? It's like, see? Be honest with yourself. You know yourself, don't you? And you see her. Oh, you see Kaiju 15 just snapping her fingers. As you see her as you see Kikoru regressing into her child form. It's like, you know yourself, don't you? Little Kikoru, why do you want to be strong so badly? And she's like, I wanted to be strong. And she thinks back to her mother and her father's kind of like patting her on the head. He's like, to earn their praise. Both daddies and mommies. Oh my god. You see poor baby Kikoru just like starting to tear up. It's like, I wanted them to praise me more. Oh, that is fucking brutal. And you see these arms just coming out of the shadows. She's like she's like cradling Kikoru's face. Like, It's like, you've done such a good job. What a good girl you are, little Kikoru. You don't have to try so hard. Why don't you just give up? After all, that's fucking sick, bro. Oh my god. And she points and she sees Asao and Hikari standing there, arms open. It's like, try and try as you might. Oh, shit. That is brutal. Yes. You see them just like wafting away in smoke. It's like, your mommy and daddy are long gone, along with any hope you had of ever earning their praise again. And you see little baby Kikoru just looking so sad and like emotionally destroyed by this. Oh, that is brutal. Oh, that's the kind of reversal I want. Oh, alright. So, yeah. At the beginning, I was like, as much as I love the fact that, they're like, yeah, Kikoru was a genius combatant. Like, she's catching up with Hikari's combat potential and everything. I'm like, I was hoping that it wasn't going to end up the route of like, she's going to earn like a decisive last minute victory against 15, because I still maintain that it was still too early for them to be able to annihilate the numbered kaiju as easily as they are. Because I feel like, this is going to end up just being a small skirmish before we actually like develop stuff further. And I really would like to see at least some of these kaiju come back later, like number 9 did. So I want 15 to continue to have a rivalry with Kikoru that kind of like spans at least a couple of more arcs. So I'm glad that we see the reversal, like where Kikoru's like, she finally reaches her mother's combat potential, and she manages to like, finally get one over on number 15, and she thinks like, she's finally got the upper hand. And you see that God Kikoru's like been waiting up to this point, because I don't know if that was if she's been doing this the entire battle. I don't know if that's the implication. She's been doing this entire battle. She's been like making the neuron webs like invisible up until this point, until so you could basically get Kikoru caught in the trap or what. But I'm kind of going with the expectation, I'm going to go with the expectation that's what it was. So I love the fact that she's like, oh, it's like I was basically egging you on to get you into this until I could get you into like the state of mind where I could basically infiltrate you. So I do wonder if the cost or not the cost of this ability. I wonder if the cost of the condition to activate the ability requires that she be in like a certain emotional state, or she needs to be like drained of enough energy that could actually be or take effect on her. Because because when we first saw 15, she's like she did the neuron network attack on other people. So I don't know if that was just a test to see to like work out the kinks and find out how to like optimize and effectively use the power, or if that's also further set up for something else in the future. Oh, but I love the reversal we get where she's like, instead of relying on combat power, I'm gonna use psychological warfare instead. And I think it's a good choice with Kikoru, especially because again, she is still just a teenage girl. Like she's not fully emotionally mature yet. Even though she is such a genius combatant, she is still a little kid, and she is still kind of dealing with and reeling from the loss of her father, who she was just kind of like starting to get close to again. So like using that to like land some devastating personal attacks against Kikoru is just so deliciously evil. I love it so much. Like, oh my god, like I feel so bad. Like when you see that baby Kikoru just like with tears running down her face, where she's like, I just wanted my parents to be proud of me. And then you have the double whammy of her being like, oh, why are you bothering to try? Like, you've already failed your parents. That was, so good. So brutal and good. I cannot wait to see where this goes from here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Kafka might be coming into here and coming to the rescue to like try to like basically psych her back up again, but I don't know. I kind of want it to end up being that even if he does manage to drive off number 14, I hope this does do some longer term damage to the core that she kind of has to like heal and try to come back from, because I feel like it'd be a good way to get her some focus again and get her some development. So I hope it's not a thing where it's like Kafka comes on like gives her like a little pep talk and she's like back to 100%. She's like, oh, how dare you do that? And like, she's back to full fighting power again. I hope there is longer term consequences from this, but yeah, banger chapter. Absolutely loved that reveal. Cannot wait to see where it goes from here. So yeah, like I mentioned at the beginning, Connie and Kaiju are coming out today. Connie's already been recorded. Should be out by the time the Kaiju chapter drops. Like I mentioned, I'm also going to get around to volumes 29 and 30 of Yona today. Depending on how I feel, I might do more. It also kind of depends on how long the volumes are and what kind of the content is. Stuff like that. But at least expect at least 2 volumes of Yona today. Like I mentioned, tomorrow expect Spy Family and Akane interactions as well, as the Shonen Jump drops tomorrow. But yeah, a lot of good content coming, so look forward to all of that. And as always, like I mentioned at the beginning, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. There's a lot of content on my channel, and if you haven't already checked it out, do so, because you might find something new that you love. And until next time, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later.